it's a quotation, you know, that summarizes the whole essence of what the girls are after, okay, and what their ambition are, okay. What's that ambition? You know, what is she after? Yeah. What Beth wants to achieve? Yes. What's her dream? Very good. Very good, yes. Okay. Aha! Okay, yes, okay, we'll start. There are some good ideas here we can work with. So first of all, you mentioned that she likes to play with the piano. Okay? Her hobby is to play on the piano, right? Okay, very good. What else about that you can do? Okay. She has no dream. Oh, yes. Okay, go ahead. Very good. She wants to stay at home with her mother and father. Go ahead. Who did she say this? To Joe. Yes, she doesn't see herself as being married. Okay. All right. Anything else, people? Yes. Very good. She's very content. She's very satisfied with the level that she has. She's very satisfied. Very good. She's very satisfied with the level that she has. Yes. She doesn't. Very good. Very good. She does not initiate any plans. Okay. You know what I mean by she doesn't initiate any plans? It means she doesn't start any plans. She doesn't start any plans. Yes. Yes, but who told her to do that? Her mother. That's right. So keep it for a while. I'll be back. Okay. Yes. Any more thoughts about that? Now, try to find some quotations in the novel or anywhere, you know, which support those ideas. You know, the best place, by the way, a very, very good chapter for you to read, to see the dreams of all those girls is the chapter 13. Okay? Yes, chapter 13 is very important because that's what the title of the chapter is Scatters in the Air. Okay? That's their dream of what they wanted to become. Okay? But hand in hand, you know, hand in hand with Scatters in the Air, it's very important to read this chapter with another chapter which is at the end called Harvest Time. So try to read them in parallel with each other. You see them how they start, you know, and how the four characters ended up and what dreams they've achieved. So when you go home, something for you to do at home, guys, because you not do everything in class, remember 75%? Yes? Okay? So that's the part of your 75%. You take the two chapters, 13 and the last one, and you try to read them prior to each other, and you try to see where the young girls, the four young girls went from chapter 13, when they were talking about dreams, and how their dreams were or were not fulfilled or changed in the last chapter, which is called Harvest Time. So this is something for you to do. Now, the quotation about that. Yes, I'm listening, people. Yeah, the quotation about that. Any thoughts about her? Yes, go ahead. Very good. On page 360, okay, in the novel, okay, on page 360, the paragraph starts with what? I don't know. Can you remove those from here because I want to move around? Okay. I don't know. Yes. Okay. Who is talking? I'm sorry. That's a, oh, yes, go ahead. Aha. Very finished? Okay, that's on page 360. Very good, 360. Okay? What do you think about this, guys? What do you think? We're on page 360 in the novel, okay? Does anybody else want to read this part so we can just analyze it closely, a little bit closer? Okay, on page 360. Okay? Yes. So 360, the paragraph that starts with, yes, I don't know. Okay, I will read it and try to underline the key words, people. I don't know who to express myself, and shouldn't try to anyone but you. Who does she mean to? You. Joe. Because I can't speak out, except to my old Joe. I only need to say that I have a feeling that it never was intended I should live long. I am not like the rest of you. I never made any plans about what I would do when I grew up. I never thought of being married, as you all did. I couldn't seem to imagine myself anything but stupid little Beth, trotting about at home, of no use anywhere but there. I never want to go away, and the hard part now is the leaving you all. I'm not afraid, but it seems as if I should be homesick for you, even in heaven. It's a very important moment in the novel. Why is it a very important moment in the novel? Why is it a very important point in the novel? What's going to happen to Beth? She will die, of course. She will die. Now, what's important in what I've been reading? Any key words, anything that are important? Yes. I'm not like the rest of you. So she's becoming aware of how different she is. You know, her sisters, the three of them, in a way or another, have got some ambition. Beth does not have any. You know, Beth is very different because she doesn't have any. Even ambition as getting married. You know, she never had an ambition of getting married. Okay. What else? Any other key words? Very good. Yes. Yes, it's like she can foresee her death. You know, in other words, you know, she has nothing to hold to. You know, but she's just preparing for her death to come. Very good. Yes. No, she's gonna die. She's gonna die. Yes. She felt it, perhaps? Yes, she felt it. Yes, she anticipated something going on. Yes, absolutely. What else? Any other key words? Throating. Yes, why that's important? With throating, there were words which are very important, people. Yes, she said in here, that's extremely important, guys. You know, she said, I lost it. That's right. Can somebody read for me, please? Yes. I am. Okay, go ahead. Okay, that's fine. We got sorry. Yes.
I couldn't seem to imagine myself anything but stupid little thing.
Absolutely, that's stupid little bit. I couldn't imagine myself to be something else but stupid little bastard. Why this statement is very important? Why is it so significant? Let's review it. Absolutely. It tells you about her self-perception. The self-perception is extremely important. The self-perception is extremely important. How does she see herself? You know, the self-esteem, absolutely. She is not just this, but she is stupid. You know, she doesn't have the brain for her own. She cannot think for herself. She cannot process herself too. You know, that's the problem. You know, she doesn't see what's her own value. You know, it shows the low self-esteem, you know, that she's suffering from. Absolutely, it's a feeling of low self-esteem. Okay, that she's suffering from. Okay, and that's where, you know, it's very painful for Beth. Okay, because the low self-esteem she doesn't know to make out of herself. Okay, this is not particular to the end of the novel, but even if you look at page 7, you know, from your book, and I've got a quotation for you from Beth. Okay, on page 7, the sisters are talking. You know, they're quarreling and they're, you know, talking, etc. Okay. And in here, you know, I'm reading on page 7, as for you, Amy, continued Meg. Okay, on page 7, the paragraph that starts with, as for you, Amy. Are we there, people? As for you, Amy, continued Meg, you are altogether too particular and prim. Your airs are funny now, but you'll grow up and affected little goose if you don't take care. I like your nice manners and refined ways of speaking. We don't try to be elegant, but your absurd words are as bad as Joe's slang. And now pay attention. If Joe is a tomboy and Amy a goose, what am I, please? Asked Beth, ready to share the lecture. Any key words over there, people? Anything important? No, we're talking about Beth. I'm sorry? Thank you. What am I? Who asked the question? Who else and the four sisters can ask this question except Beth? Because Beth simply does not know who she is. What is she waiting for? She's waiting for somebody. One of her sisters. If Joe is something, she's a tomboy. Okay? And Amy is a goose. Okay? Therefore, Beth is wondering about herself. What am I? What did it reveal? Why do you think that's very important? Why? She's just... The question, is she searching even? That's the question. Or she doesn't know, about... exactly, she wants somebody to dictate to her and tell her who she is, what she can be and who she can be. I don't think she's got even the resilience or the readiness, to search for an identity, to construct an identity for herself. But she is waiting for the other to tell her who she is. You see my point, people? It's an extreme sense of loss. It's an extreme sense of loss that she's going through. Because simply when you don't know who you are and you are not searching and still you are waiting for the other to tell you, there's a big trouble going on here. You see my point? She's totally, and that's why, she just cannot do anything about herself. Okay? So in here, okay, it's not a search for the identity, but she's waiting for the other to give her, to assign to her an identity and the role that she can play. Go ahead, yes. Why is she portrayed like this? Why is she portrayed like this? Yes. Mm-hmm. Give others priority than themselves. Mm-hmm. And not stay for themselves. Mm-hmm. They don't try to find themselves and support their identity. Yes. They only try themselves. Absolutely. Because in here it's a case of a bit of self-destruction. Because if she has no desire, to create an identity for herself, if no desire to have dreams, to have ambition, therefore she starts to destroy herself. It's a kind, not just self-esteem, but self-destruction. We are moving from just low self-esteem to a bigger problem, which is self-destruction. And then here, she is trying to destroy herself. And so in here, a very good point. It is self-destruction. Okay? I asked the boys yesterday, okay, and I said, guys, if the four women are here, Joe, Amy, and Meg, and Beth, and you're gonna get married to one of them, who would you marry? They said, Beth, of course. Of course. But they've got another question for you. If you got those Jamie, Meg, and Beth, and you want to be one of them, who would you want? Here we go. So the boys have got very, very bad bet. Okay? Joe. Alright, we'll get to Joe later. Okay? I think so. We'll see why. Okay? We'll see why. You can, yes. Interesting enough, okay? I'm back to this thing here, okay? To this article. I hear mobile guys. Can you switch off those things, and can you just remove them, please? Because it's very, very disturbing. Okay. It is off. Thank you. Yes. I don't want to hear that echo. Okay? I'm looking for a quotation. Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Yes. Yes. Very good. Absolutely. Correct. Correct, correct. Before I move to the next step, let me start by the idea of the piano here. That's one of her hobbies, isn't it? Okay. What do you think about this hobby? I'm sorry? Very good. It's a hobby that belongs to the domestic sphere. On more than one. First of all, before, when you are cleaning, when you're a young lady, part of learning how to clean and how to take care of the house, etc., was to learn how to play on the piano. Because that's to be to have a ladylike behavior. Okay? But so on this way it's very domestic. But it's also domestic in other ways. Because who does she play to? Who does she play the piano to? Just, I'm sorry? Lawrence, very good. She plays the piano only to Lawrence. Why? Why to Lawrence? Why to Lawrence? Okay, very good. So he makes her feel how valuable she is to him. Very good. Yes, I'm sorry. He cheers her up. Very good. But it's a very limited circle. It's a very limited circle. Not like Joe wants to, to do so much more with her writing. For her, it's just only with a limited circle that she can play the piano. You see, she's not even a social entity. Actually, she's afraid from people. That's right. She's afraid. Okay, and she just lives in a kind of seclusion for herself. She just lives in seclusion. Yes. Yes. Very. Very good. Exactly. So it's already. Yes. Excellent. Very good point. Yes. Very good. Anything else about that? Okay. Let's look at page 140. I think just so we can summarize about the point about that before we move to the next step in her analysis here. Okay. 140. I think it's in 140, I'm not sure. Yes, it is in 140. Okay? I'm reading at the bottom of the page. This is, I think, the Castle in the Air, the chapter. Yes, chapter 13, okay? The very bottom of the page, okay? I'm going to start with, I don't know what, but I am on the watch for it, and need to astonish you all someday. Did you find it? At the very bottom of the page, I don't know what, but I am on the watch for it. Okay? I don't know what, but I am on the watch for it, and mean to astonish you all someday. I think I shall write books and get rich and famous. It would suit me, so that it's my favorite dream. Who is talking here? Joe or Amy? Are you sure? Okay, let's read from the beginning. Wouldn't I? I'm going to read from the paragraph. Wouldn't I? Wouldn't I, though? I have a table full of Arabian seed rooms piled with books, and I would write out of a magic inkstand, so that my work should be as famous as Laurie's music. I won't do something splendid before I got into my castle, something heroic or wonderful that won't be forgotten after I'm dead. I don't know what. I am not, but I'm on the watch for it, and mean to astonish you all someday. I think I shall write books and get rich and famous. That would suit me, and that was my favorite dream. It is Joe, of course. But now, mine is to stay at home, safe with father and mother, and help take care of the family, said Beth contentedly. Don't you wish anything else? Asked Laurie. Since I had my little piano, I am perfectly satisfied. I only wish we may all keep well and be together, nothing else. Okay? What is this here? It's her dream. It's her dream. Which any important words in what she said over there? I'm sorry? Alright, yes, but what else? I'm sorry? Safe. Very good. Thank you. Safe. Safe. She wants to be safe. Why is this important? Yes. Absolutely, thank you. It's so related to her sense of insecurity. It's so to her fear of the outside world. You know. For her, home gives her shelter and the safety. You know. She's not ready to leave home. You know. She's not, even her death, we've seen, you know, on page 360 that she was reading, she was a bit scared too. Of course. She doesn't want to leave home. You know. And how exactly homesick, you know, how can we grow up if we don't leave home? Not home in the physical sense, but in the sense of what home embodies, you know, of what home means. Home means the shelter. It's not by chance that Lyra does not have a proper home. Are you with me? You know, she doesn't have a proper home as we know it. You know, she just lives at school, you know, and she moves. She's got this freedom. Amy cannot enjoy and does not know how to enjoy that kind of freedom that Lyra is, to be free from home. You know, here Amy does not. Beth does not want her to be free from home. You know, and therefore she enjoys the safety. You know, and she just wants to please people, to please the other, to give to the other. What does she expect in return? Nothing. Just to be there, that's all. Not even love, you know. Seeking the minimum of the other's recognition. She wants to be validated just by being recognized, that's all. That's all she's looking for. You know. And here, you know, it is low self-esteem, it is self-destruction, but it is a self-erasure. You know, she's erasing herself. You know, she doesn't show, she doesn't fight for a space for herself, you know, she doesn't seek visibility. You know. The question is, this character, who seems to be, you know, a very good candidate for Little Women, isn't she? She's a very good candidate, you know, to become a Little Woman or Little Woman, you know. She dies. The question is, why Alcott chooses, or why did she choose to die? Why Beth died at the end? Because? Alright. Yes, we know that, but now I want to move to the ideology of Alcott. What she's doing with it, with the image, yes, what she's doing. Now I want to move, yes. Exactly. So it means that if women are going to accept this image of a woman in society, therefore they have no place for them in society, therefore they cannot exist. You know, if those four systems are four versions of different life of a woman, you know, that does not have a place in society. I told my students, too bad, too unlucky, because your prospective wife is going to die. Sorry guys. You chose a woman who is doomed to die. You know, you should choose a woman who is doomed to live. Unfortunately, made the wrong choice yesterday. You see my point? You know. But interesting enough, it's the image that is so appreciated by men as well. You know, it is so admired. You know, it is so sought. You know what I mean? You know, but in here, this image of this woman, you know, died. And what Alcott is communicating to us, you know, that this version has no place in society. And here you can tell already, you know, that Alcott is doing something different. That she cannot accept herself to allow a woman of this type to exist in society, even though she's so appreciated by everyone in her society, isn't she? You know, she's admired by everyone. She doesn't go to her mother, she doesn't go to her father. She wants to buy gifts for her mother and forget about myself for Christmas. You know, she's self-erased. You know, I mean, she's admired and she's even loved. You know, but Alcott says, in spite of all of this, that cannot have a place in society because this version is totally unacceptable for a woman. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Very good. Yes, exactly. So in here, Alcott, as a matter of fact, she's not giving, you know, her male readers, you know, the image that they're expecting of a woman. You know, she's not satisfying that ego, you know, or that expectation of them. You know, as my students yesterday were expecting to get married to Beth because she's the best, she's gonna die. You know, so your expectations, as a matter of fact, you know, are not going to be possible. So, that expectation, of this image, does not have a place in society according to God. And she faced this expectation, not only of the male readers, but also of the female readers, who might think like that, or who might think that the best place is to be in a society like that too. To be the domestic, to play the piano, to take care of the house, and to do whatever needs to be done in the house. Exactly. And here, this does not belong. So yes, go ahead. Not that doesn't accept. As God doesn't accept. Yes, does not accept. I will come back to the other. We are dealing with Beth now. Stay with me with Beth, okay? She does not accept that kind of gender role, that is assuming. Are you with me? Possibly we can see with the others, but for now Beth has no place in this, because the gender role she's playing, is not the proper role, that a woman should play. The message is very clear. Two men don't expect women to be behaving like that. And for women, don't think that the best way for you to behave is to behave like that. Simply, you see what I mean. So that's, and then here, of course, it is subversive to an extent. You see my point? Very good. Now, after talking about that, let's talk about her antithesis, who is Joe. If Beth is self-raised, if she's got low self-esteem, okay, if she's self-destructive, who is Joe on this line? G is the opposite, okay? Connect to your idea of your TMA, Joe is the rebel of her family, of her society. Okay? In the novel, okay, how is she a rebel? What details do you see in the novel that make her a rebel? Okay, on the very basic level, yes. Very good. First of all, she's a tomboy. People, please don't think of this word as you are thinking of it today. Okay? It's totally different story. Okay? It's totally different thing. Okay? So she's behaving a little bit boyish. Like a boy. Okay, yes. Very good. She wants to be the father of the house. Yes, she wants the authority. She wants to be the father of the house. She wants to have and claim. She wants to have the authority. Okay? She wants to have the authority. Okay? Very good. Yes. Anything else? Think of how we're discussing this. Okay? We are discussing this, how she's a rebel. It's a very good detail, but just to connect it. It's not connected. It's like flying in the air, like it's a bird. Yes. Yes. You are telling me the novel. I don't want that. Did you get my point? You see the problem? Very good. Connect. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Very good. Very good. Excellent. She wants to work and gain money. Very good. She wants to be financially independent. Very good. She wants to work and gain money. It was just even in the dream that I was reading on page 140. You remember that? Even that, it was her dream, to gain money, to be published, to be known and to be famous and to be rich and to be published, yes, and to be famous, yes, and to be safe, did you say? To be seen. Aha. Thank you. Yes, to be seen. It's very difficult word. Yes. Okay. To be seen. When you become famous, what happens to you? You become seen. Think of the opposite in here. She wants to be invisible. She wants to be seen. Absolutely. She wants to be seen with S-E-E and big N. Absolutely. Look at her. She wants to be central. She wants to have all the attention. You see? So she wants the authority of the father. She wants the financial freedom, the financial independence. you know, and she wants the visibility, you know, and Joe is the center of the book, you know, she's the center of the book. That's the new model, you know, that we are not familiar with, you know, given the time when this novel was written. You know, who was familiar with this kind of woman? Even Jane Austen, as a matter of fact, didn't create this kind of novel, didn't create this kind of character, you know. This might be perhaps, or can be, shocking for the readers that say, my goodness, a young woman, you know, wants financial authority? Who is she? Where did she come from? What does she want? What she's after? And she's not behaving like a woman. You know, she's behaving very boyish. You know, and she wants financial security for herself. Not only that, but she wants to play the role of a father. Are you with me, people? You know, and she wants to be famous, and she wants the visibility. You know, that's very important. Carry on. Very good. You're doing very well. Carry on. Yes. Find support and come back to you. Yes. Any more thoughts? Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes.
He showed his love and he said 1 year of the love with him.
Yes.
Joe feels that this is not accepted.
Okay.
She is not like this love, and she is supposed to stop him and forbidden this.
Okay. I want support from the novel. I want support from the novel. Yes. Yes. Any more thoughts? Yes. That's right. We will come to the change. Okay. But she's got very yes. Yes. Very good. Very good. Yes. I'll come back to the point. Just hold it for a second. Okay. Now, what's our hobby? Right. Writing. We discussed the significance of that hobby today on the piano. Okay. How similar or different is, or how different or similar is Joe's hobby of writing? How is it different? Yes. Absolutely. First of all, through her writing, she wants to be exposed to the world. You know, it's not a domestic hobby. You know, it's not a hobby that's just that you learn so you become a lady. You know, she wants to be exposed to the world. Very good. Yes. Absolutely. Never thought of, perhaps. Yes. It's something uncommon at that time. That's very good. It's something uncommon. Piano was common. When you go to entertain, and if you come but people also, they show you how they master, the piano. And here it's a different kind of hobby. Very good. How is it different too? Think about this. When you play the piano, do you play your own music? No. You play music of somebody else, Beethoven or whoever, It's your own. It's your own. It's not copying. It's writing. It's not cut and paste, as a matter. No. Yes, it's not plagiarism. It's writing. It's writing. Yes, go ahead. For the mental. Yes. Of course, but also it gives her the voice, because when you write, it's your own. It's your voice. Okay? Your voice, which is also part of your identity. Part of your identity. I would even suggest, that in the act of writing, there's a lot of self-empowerment. There's a lot of self-empowerment. When you write, you create a space for yourself. You create a space for your identity. You say who you are with your own voice, with your own words, and then you have an audience. And here, yes, you seek your validation, you write something that you are happy with, but also the others, they admire what you are writing, and you exist not just within a closed circle, but within a larger circle. Okay? So that's what the writing becomes very important. Okay? Any reason, why the writing is important as well? Any other thoughts about the writing? And what seems to her? Yes. Absolutely. She can convey her thoughts, her ideology, her beliefs, her perception of herself, her perception of the other. She can be critical. She's not afraid. Absolutely, she's not afraid. And then here you see, in the same way as she was writing to create space for herself, interesting enough, when she realized that there is a space which is traditionally occupied by men and this space is empty, what did she do? She took it over. She took it over and she wants to be like her father. And she wants to assume that role. She's not scared of assuming the main role in the family as much as challenging this main role is. You see my point, people? Because, none of us can assume, even sometimes men, say, oh wow, I'm going to be the father of the family. It's not very simple. Imagine this when it happens by a woman, a young woman who takes the role of a father. You see my point? She's strong. Actually, she's strong and capable. Yes. Say it again. Normal? Yes, in your days. Yes. Yes, I know. It's so extreme, you mean? I'm sorry, I didn't understand. On one hand you said no, but on the other hand you said extreme. I didn't understand where you stand. You're asking or you are saying? Okay. Which is so extreme. I don't know, do you see this as a twist in the gender role? Do you see this as a twist in the gender role? What makes you think that she got a twist in her gender role? Let's think about this. What makes you think that she got a twist in her gender role? I'm sorry? What do you mean? Explain. Why would the young woman think at this point, that love can be so simple? I don't want to see her. Okay, yes. Okay? Yeah, why? What do you think? Why do you got this reaction to love? And perhaps even marriage? Why? She doesn't want to be, maybe because she associates perhaps marriage and love with oppression. It's very possible, yes. Maybe she was resisting to be present in the public sphere with men too, and being very dependent. Yes. Absolutely. It's a refusal also to be a stereotypical woman too. We're not there yet. Yes. I'm sorry, go ahead. We're on the first half of a joke. Okay? The joke of the first half of the book. We're not yet in the second half of the joke. Yes, we come there, yes. Okay. Absolutely. She knows that marriage got its own limitations as well. It will limit her. It will make her dependent. So maybe that's why, she's so skeptical of this marriage, because also marriage is an institution too. It's great, and we know, who got power in marriage, and we know what's going to happen to her when she gets married too. Okay, that we will be talking about it later. Okay, so maybe that's why the skeptical, how she's skeptical about it. Okay, how she's afraid perhaps about it, because she knows the concessions that she has to make of herself are too high. Too high of concessions that she's not willing to accept marriage as it is thought and love as it is perceived, in order not to lose her own independence and her own freedom. You see my point? Yes. And any more thoughts? Yes. That's correct. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Okay? Now, back to your point. I didn't forget it. Okay? She did something which is very interesting. Okay? A friend said, at a certain point, she sold her hair. Okay? Yes, I know. Okay? Yes. And here, let me just give you a little bit of brief background. People say, oh, you know, well, thank God I've got nothing to say. Okay? So, yeah, I have no sacrifice to make. Okay? So I'm not worried about that. Yes. But the interesting was, you know, in the past, you know, at that age and time, you know, women used to sell their hair. You know, for whatever reason, maybe just, you know, to make good. I don't know for what reasons, okay? But, you know, they used, I mean, there are a lot of stories, you know, in literature, you know, that women selling their hair, okay? When did she sell her hair? For what reason? Yeah. Yes. 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 That's right. Yes, they need, the mother needs money to take the money to go and see the father who is sick. Okay? Yes. Yes, so this is the story. I don't want it. Only for now. Okay. Yes, I know, yes. So now, why? How can we justify, or how can we interpret this act of her selling her hair? How do we interpret it? I'm going to get to her because that's her point. She got first. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's part of playing the role of the father. Absolutely. Yes. Any more thoughts? There's more. Yes. Very good. Is it selling her dignity, or she just doesn't care about her femininity? Are you with me, people? You know, if the hair is Joe the hair, is she something that she's proud of? You know, and is it something that means to her? That's very true. She cried. But what the hair means to her on page 7? Look at page 7. Look at page 7. Look at page 7. You're right. Now we're of Joe's representation. You know, if you can find it later. Okay. But let's stay with page 7. We're on page 7, people. Okay? Are we there? Okay? Page 7. Okay? Are we all on page 7 in the novel, not the critical essay? Okay? On page 7. Okay? I'm sorry? Yes, let's look at page 7 here. I'm sorry, I'm a bit far behind here. Where's the part that she's talking about her hair? Can I see it? Yes. Okay, that's good. Yes, really girls. Okay. Okay, why don't you read it? Okay, we are actually on page really girls, page 7. The paragraph that starts with really girls. Okay, your friend's gonna start reading again with a pencil, underline the keywords, and gonna tell me why they are important and what they are telling us. Go ahead. Yes, really good.
Really girls, you are both to be blessed. Beginning to lecture in studying fashion. You are all enough for you of voicing and begin with that jealousy. As the didn't matter so much maybe you were a little yet, but now you are thoughtful
and turn up your hair.
You should remember that you are a young lady.
And here, listen to the scream of Joe. I ain't. And if turning up my hair makes me one, I will wear it in 2 tails till I am 20, cried Joe, pulling off her net and shaking down a chestnut mane. What do you think about the hair here? Does she care? No. She doesn't care simply. You know, she doesn't like the whole look. You know, the whole look she doesn't like, you know, she doesn't care much about, you know. So here she gave something of herself, you know, but you know, she doesn't care about it, you know. Also, it's the very symbol that symbolizes her as a woman, you know. She doesn't care about this, you know. Interesting enough though, as your friend mentioned, when she saw it, she cried. And then here, who is Joe? Is it the Joe who is on page 7, who didn't care about her hair? Or Joe who cried when she sold her hair for the sake of her father. Are you with me, people? So what are we dealing with here? There is already a there is a change. There is a change in the behavior, and that's when I said, we're going to move from Joe section on part 1 to Joe on part 2. She's changing. Okay? The question is, why? Do you have something to say? Go ahead. Yes. She said it's bad enough to be a girl, and she wants to be a boy, and she wants to go and fight in the war. Yes, absolutely. Again, she's not afraid of taking over the role of the father, but she wants also to go and fight. How common is this? Even nowadays, which one of you is ready to just go and just fight? I don't know. Try. You see my point? So in here, that's what she's doing is extremely subversive. Okay? My question. Joe on page 7, as you've seen her, she doesn't care about her hair, and it's enough to be a woman. But then later, when she sold her hair, she cried. The question is, why did she cry? Yes. All right. Okay. More thoughts. Yes. Okay. She's a woman. Be careful. Your friends have said, and something that's just made me very uncomfortable, she said, inside Joe, she's got to part with his male. It's not because she wants to behave like that, therefore she is a male. No. She's always a woman. Yes, exactly. No, she doesn't have a male attitude. She has a male attitude from the perspective of man. Are you with me? From the perspective of man, she doesn't have a male attitude, but she is always a woman, but she is torn between what's the image of a woman that she wants to be. Yeah. The image of a woman who is subversive, powerful, resisting, and the image of the woman who is a rebel, or the image of the woman who is accepting, who wants to be a mother one day, who wants to have a home, who wants to have a husband, and who wants to have all of this. That's my question. And the change, is it on Joe herself, or is it imposed by Alcott for some reason or another? I'm sorry? More during this time. I want the novel. I want the novel or the article. I want to ground this in the novel or in the article. I want to ground this in the novel or the article. Can you do it? Yes, go ahead. Herself. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Your friend is making a very good point here. I think the pressure was not on Joe, but on the writer. Because the writer is very well aware, that if Joe is going to remain as we've seen her so far, till the end of the novel, what's going to happen? Absolutely. The novel is very unlikely to be published. And most likely, we will not be reading the women today because simply we will have no script to read. As simple as that. Because in here, who is accepting, what the society is dictating upon her, it's the author. The author felt the need to create another Joe for the sake of it. It's true. She killed Beth, the most domesticated version, but also she felt the need, Alcott felt the need to domesticate Joe to such an extent. Are you with me, people? So on one hand, you see here what we, the whole kind of the subversion how it's working. On one hand, she killed this version of a woman. But on the other hand, the society, the publisher, the readers, the women themselves, were very uncomfortable with the image of Joe, and Joe has to be domesticated to a large extent. You see my point? That for the book to be published, for Alcott to make money and survive as a writer, and also for the reader. For all those reasons, Alcott has to make the concession. She has to domesticate Joe to a large extent. You see what I mean? So here's the author himself, the writer herself. She's not as free from those gender roles as she thinks she is, perhaps. On part one of the book, we have seen what you've seen. We've seen Joe on page 7 and how she is, how she's screaming, and how she says it's enough to be a woman, or it's enough to be a girl, and I want to go and fight. That's not Joe at the end of the book, when we talk about harvest time. It's a different Joe. Why? Because the ideology of the society is imposing itself upon the ideology of the writer. Joe has become a place of conflicting ideologies, of fighting ideologies, of an ideology that is imposing itself and an ideology that is trying to free itself. Are you with me? The ideology of a woman who is taking freedom, and the ideology of society who wants control, authority, conformity. Thank you. Are you with me, people? We are still deep down in the heart of your teenage. Didn't go very far. Yes, thank you. Yes. Are you with me, people? Joe has become a place of conflict. One is driving her this way, and the other one is driving her this way. The one is pulling her this way, the other one is pulling her this way. And as a matter of fact, I got to bring that can you those mobiles are starting to bother me. Next time I'm going to do something. I'm going to bring a bucket of water. I'm going to put it right there. It's right there. And every machine that makes a sound, or I see it, I'm going to drop it in the bucket of water. And then you can fish for it at the end of class. And you will see how efficient it will work. And let me know. You want to put a report about it. Are we clear? So next time, including mine, you're going to go to the bucket of water. Trust me, I can allow you to go to my bag if you hear a ring, and take it and drop it in the bucket of water. And good luck to me. Including myself. Rude? Agreed? Thank you very much. Because they disturb me so much. Thank you. No, in the purse. Open your purse and put inside. Yes, thank you. Open. Both. All of them. All the machines. 3 machines, mashallah. Okay, 1. Okay, yalla. Yours. Somewhere. Yours somewhere. Yes. Okay? Yes. All of them. Yalla. I don't want to see anything on the table. Okay, that's fine. Okay, nothing on the table. Enough. Enough is enough. I mean, we have what's up enough, and then we have what's enough, and we've got what's enough. Are we clear? Thank you. Very good. Yes. All right. So you see how Joe has become a space of conflict, a space of tension. What it created? It has created a kind of ambivalence in the author's attitude. Alcott is here to stand here or here. You see, and that's how Alcott is, her ideology is very ambivalent. Because of the pressure. Because it's not just a person who is free to do whatever she wants to do in her society, to do whatever she wants to do with her book. She doesn't have that freedom. Her freedom is limited as an author itself because it's subjugated to the ideology, to the authority of her society, to the control of her readers as well. Because the readers kept writing letters to Alcott telling her, marry Joe. Marry Joe. Do you understand that point? Not to you. Yes. That's the requirement of the reader. That's the requirement of the publishers. That's the requirement of the society. Yes. And Joe has to be married. The question is, who is Joe going to be married to? That's the choice of the author. Yes, she'll get married, but I can choose who to marry her. Is it Laurie? Those the young boy that she was with, and they were given similarities with, and they were kind of, romantically maybe together, or a different character. And who is this different character? Yes, thank you. Yes. Oh, professor, my goodness, yes. Yes. Scary professor. Yes. Elder, what do you mean by elder than her? This is very, I love those things because they are very understatements. He is elder than her. It's like when the weather is not very warm today. I know, but it's terribly cold. That's what, like, when I say the weather is not very warm today, it's a very understatement. What do I mean? I mean the weather is very cold. When you say that's what you suffer, you know. Yes. When you said when you said that she married a man who is elder than her, that's what I call a very nice understatement. Describe things as they are. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Exactly. So he's not just elder than her. Is in the age of her father. Of course. He is in the image of her father. Very good. What's his name? Bauer, let's say Bauer. Okay, I mean it's a Germanic name. And also it's of German origin, isn't it? It's of a German origin. Is he stereotypically German? Is he stereotypically German? You must be asking me, what do you mean by stereotypical? What do you mean by stereotypical? Is this Germany? Try to go next time. And let me know. Yes. Yes. Very. This professor is very serious? Give me one joke he cracked in the book. Give me one joke he said in the book. Give me a moment. I know, but okay, well, yes, that's very true. But keep thinking of his profile. Imagine him. Okay, tricked as well. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Okay, absolutely. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. Any more about his husband? So, age of the father, of a Germanic origin, a professor, yes. Okay. It's very steady writing, yeah, that's right. Very steady writing. Now the question is, why Ascot chose this man for the job? Not suitable for her, I know. In other words, why did she create this kind of incongruity, mismatch? It is a mismatch. It is a very big and sad mismatch. Why did she create this mismatch? Not really, yes. Not really, no. Why did she create this mismatch? Not because, no. What's the effect when you see a mismatch? What's your effect? Of course! To make fun. There is a yes, of course! Yeah. This woman who is a rebel, this young lady who wants to be a writer, to be famous in the world, you know, who is full of life, you know, she gets married to a man who is almost going to the grave. Yes, oh my God, just for today. You know, who is going to the grave almost. You know, the age of her father. You know, isn't there a mismatch here? It is to make fun, to laugh of all of this. You know, I'm sorry? It is a kind of irony, of course. You know, it's like the author is laughing. You know, at what is she laughing though? At what is she laughing, Alcott? The society, bravo. You want her to get married? She will get married, and you will see how. She wants to downplay the authority of the society. You know, the ideology, the idea of marriage, she wants to downplay it. You know, to show how insignificant and how absurd it is and how comical It can be, it's a very common picture. Can you imagine Joe walking with this man in the streets of London? Try to imagine her. Go to the net and try to look for a picture that goes nicely. Yes, there is, I'm sure. Yeah, you know. So in his note, she's created this system to show that it's okay, alright, I'll accept the ideology of the society, you know, and she will get married, you know, but that's the kind of marriage I'm going to create. You know, a total mismatch, a total incongruity. There is no harmony in all of this. You know, there is nothing pleasing to the reader. You know, there is nothing ideal in here. You know, it's a mismatch. You see what I mean? It's my point. Yes, go ahead. I'm coming back to the point. Okay, yes. Absolutely. Look at what happens to her when she gives up part of who she is and who she thinks and what she likes and what her dreams are. That's what happens to her. She's going to get the most mismatch she can ever dream of. You know, an old man, professor, from another country, from another culture, that doesn't match in any level. Age doesn't match. Origins doesn't match. Culture doesn't match. Profession doesn't match. Nothing. Even the taste of writing. He told her, this is a silly writing, because he's a philosopher. Very silly writing. You know, because for him the brain is more important than the heart. You know, and Joe writes from her heart. Funny enough, he told her, Joe, write from her heart. But Joe has been always writing from her heart. Are you with me, people? She has been always writing from her heart. Do you have got something to say? Go ahead, I'll come back to my point. Go ahead. Fine. Invite me. Yes. She can say, yes. We are not at two different ends. I know. But your point does not cancel out what I'm saying. She creates a man who can control Joe, that's very true, you know, but does she really want Joe to be controlled? Exactly. That's fine. That's fine. No, I have no problem with that. Absolutely fine. Yes. The professor, I like that. Yes. Yes, I know. That's fine, yes.
When he told her that her writing is silly, he told her to write about something she lived.
Write about something?
Something in her life.
Okay, fine.
Finally she wrote about her and her family.
That's lovely. I'll come back to your point just 1 second. I want to go back to the system. Okay, we're going to stay with the writing. You know, I'm going to put something together here, okay? Something very important, you know, about Joe's writing. What happened to her writing when she was young in the first part of the book? Her daughter? Her sister. Who? Amy. What she do? She burned it. She burned her manuscripts. She burned them. Why? Because she was angry from Joe. Why was she angry? With whom? Very good. Very good. Exactly. So Laurie went and Joe, I'm sorry, and Meg and Amy was not included. Okay? So it was an act of revenge. Absolutely. You did something terrible to me. I'm going to show you what to do. Yes, and we told Joe exactly. She knew. Of course, very good. Now the question is, why Amy decided to burn the manuscript to seek this kind of revenge and not another one? Absolutely. Because she knows how significant and important those books are, and when she wants, Amy is terrible here because when she knows how to hurt. Because don't do it. It does not make you a better person. Trust me. Okay? Amy knows very well that if she wants to hurt Joe somewhere, if her revenge is good, she has to do it in the very part that hurts her the most. And that's her writing. Because her writing is so close and dear to her. her soul, absolutely, her identity, her state, her creation. That's who she is. It's her heart. Okay? So all that writing is something that comes from inside. It's as if Joe missed or lost something or some part of herself. Why or how did she react to Joe when this happened?
And the fight will tell Amy and the kind of struggle with Amy, but her mother and her sister about...
How did she take her revenge back again? Yes.
She tried to punish Amy.
Amy, how?
Right?
Ignoring her? By killing her. I mean, you are talking very understated today. Yes. Amy almost died. How? They were skating. Yeah, that's right. And she let her go on the same ice. She didn't think.
I think that Amy hears that Lauren warning not to go in the business. She said, I think that she is, but it's scary.
Of course. She let it happen. Why she could have stopped it. Yes, of course. Which means that Amy was about to die. To how to drown. You hurt it with fire, I'm going to hurt you with ice. Are you with me, people? I'm going to die in the cold. That's my revenge. Because you hurt me with the fire. You burnt a part of myself, a part of my identity, a part of my heart, and that's what I'm going to reciprocate. I'm going to let you die in the ice. Later, she helped her when, what you call prise de conscience, when she became aware again of the danger of what she was doing. And that's Joe. Joe is aware. When she became aware of that danger, then she tried with Lori to help her sister, which Amy didn't do, and that's the difference. Amy, when she was about to burn that, she didn't have a second thought. But Joe had second thought. You see my point? So in here, you see the chemistry between the... I'm sorry? It is a sense of responsibility. But the reason I'm talking about this is because I want to show that the writing was from the heart, proof that Joe was very hurt, and proof that she retaliated in the most violent way possible. It shows you how important this writing is to her. How significant it is to her. So when the professor came at the end of the night to tell Joe, right from the heart, we all have to laugh. Because we know very well that Joe has been writing from the heart. Has been writing, about her identity, has been expressing herself. So when the professor came, it was not a time for a lecture. Joe knows what she's writing about, and she knows what her writing means. Is the point clear? Make sense? Or no? Very good. Let's look at the article here, because there are quite a few things which are about writing, which are very significant. Okay? Yes. Do you know what it is? And the article? Somebody has to go home and read the article. Yeah. A lot of people have to go home and read this article because it's very important. Especially if you're going to see the movie tomorrow. You have to be prepared for something. In a way or another, right? Yes. Okay. On page 18 now. Why did you say page 18? Let's see. No, I want the passage about the writing. Yeah, that's what I want. I know what the article is. I know the part about the writing that the author here of the article is discussing the question of writing. Okay? All right. On page 22. On page 22. Okay? In a very funny place in here, understandably right here. You see my finger? Okay? All right. Understandably, Joe is bewildered by this turn of events, and even her father explains it to her. She cries. If there is anything good or true in what I write, it isn't mine. I owe it all to you and Mother and Beth. Good writing for women is not the product of ambition or even enthusiasm, nor does it seek worldly recognition. Rather, is the product of a mind seeking solace for private pain that scarcely knows what it is doing and that seeks only to please others, and more specifically, those few others who constitute the immediate family. Joe has gone from burning genius to a state where what she writes isn't even hers. Joe is writing something that's not hers. When did it start? When did Joe start writing something that's not hers? Very good. When the mother told her, when she saw the article, that's not suitable for you. In other words, the mother was giving her the right code of how a woman should be writing about. The mother is displaying a role that is so typical of the convention, of so typical of suitability, of so typical of the code of behavior, of the code of writing. The mother starts it, and who finishes it? Exactly, the professor. The professor came to finish what the mother has started. Because the mother told her that's not suitable for a young lady to write about those issues. She should write something different. And then the professor came and he told her this is what writing is nonsense. A woman should not be writing like this. Here's how you should write. In other words, Joe has started the dictation of the others and how to write and how to communicate writing. Are you with me? The writing, she even said it herself. She said it, I write it for my father and for my mother and to bed. The writing is not for fame anymore. It's not for visibility anymore. It's not for the other people anymore. It's not for her identity anymore. The writing has been domesticated. And the same way as best hobby is a domesticated hobby. Make sense, people? That's what happened. Okay. And that's the ambivalence of Joe, and that's how Joe is torn between all. You've been very silent today. Any questions? You see what happens when we postpone TMA? We just waste life, we waste time, and we read, and we write, and we scrub, and I don't know what, and then we don't prepare, and we do all sorts of things. Because the TMA is postponed. So pray if you want, the TMA will be postponed 2 more weeks. يكفي. الحمد لله يعني وصلنا لحد chewing gum has become. Yes. Okay, go ahead. The marriage. Whose marriage? Yes. Of course, yes. Mostly, of course, based on the mother's opinion. But then, before that, hold on. Yeah, I am with you. I got your point. But before that, I want to do another quote. Okay? What is it? Yes, I found it. Very good. Alhamdulillah. Your friend is saying something very, very important. Okay? Listen carefully. And let's work with it a little bit because I want to show you more ambivalence. And those ambivalence, will decide. Read this quote of the mother talking about her marriage, on which page, which paragraph. Very good, thank you. You see people when you say something? Yes. You could have ended the class now. But she said something we can stay for another half an hour if we're not hungry. Go. On page 95. Are we all there? On page 95. On page 95. Okay. The paragraph starts with. Yes, go ahead. Okay? Yeah. The mother said that. Okay? However, if you scroll down, like you do on a computer, with your eyes, okay? And you go to the paragraph that starts on the same page with right Joe. Okay? The mother is talking. Right Joe. Better be happy, old maid, than unhappy wife. Or unmaidenly girl, running about to find husband. Aha. What is this? Where does the mother stand? Is she with the idea, it is so, such a part of society that, the best thing that can happen to a young girl is to get married? Or is she with the idea it is better to be happy maid than unhappy wife? You see the mother what she's saying? Yes. She wants a certain kind of marriage. Of course, she wants a certain kind of marriage. Yes. Okay. Yes. Go ahead. Yes. But why did she say on one hand, she's glorifying the English marriage, she's making it as the best thing that can happen to a woman, but on the other hand she told her, and please do you understand this one, it's better to be a happy maid than an unhappy wife. This is the mother said that too. So I want an explanation, please. Yes. But how the wisdom in two conflicting ideas? How can it be wisdom if I'm telling her this and I'm telling her the opposite at the same time? How can this be wisdom? Yes. But she told her, well, that's for the second part that I read, but not for the first part that she read. Exactly. So who is this mother? Oh, who is this mother? Yes. Maybe she wants them to choose. It's possible. Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. Yes. We agreed on that. We know that. Yes. Yes. Okay. Fair enough. Yes. Okay. Yes. Ambivalence. Absolutely. Thank you. It's the ideological ambivalence again. Yes. Thank you. In the same way as the writer was told, what to do with Joe who needs to get married, and the same way she's trying to create kind of conflicting ideologies in the book. It's a page in the novel, when we have conflicting ideologies going on at the same time. And why these conflicting ideologies? Why is ambivalent? It's for the intelligent reader to decide what to make out of the novel. If my students yesterday, the male students, some of them, not all of them, want to read this, say, well, that was nice, and I hope that she was living so I can marry her. That's lovely reader. If a young girl is reading this and says, look, I'm not going to be that. I'm going to be Joe in a different way. That's intelligent reader too. It's what the reader can make out of this. The author is under the pressure of this ideological ambivalence, of this ideal torn between different things, understandably why. We know, after all, she was a young woman writing at this age with male writers, who wants to make a living, who wants to make a life, but at the same time, she's also driven by what she thinks and how progressive this thinking is. It's not very different from using Pilgrim's Progress as a form and put something in between, to make all of it subversive, to make all of it questioning the tradition. as I said, and one of my students also, the week before, he said, she is elegantly subversive. She's subversive in a very elegant way, without confrontation, with double signals, with double hints, with double discourse sometimes, with ideologies which are in conflict and in tension. Make sense? So we have to see both sides of this ambivalence. Yes? Absolutely. You know, without forcing him to. Very clever. It's a clever writing for a clever reader. You know, it's an average writing for an average reader. Period. It's very simple. Because it shows you how capable we are to make something out of the story, to make out of the novel. It's your choice, which sometimes you don't want. So that's it. Oh, I have to choose. Yes, you have to choose. You have to choose what kind of reader you want and what you want to pick up from the novel and how to apply if you want to apply. Yes, go ahead. That's another issue. Or maybe she was thrown, I don't know what. You know, but that's another issue. Yes. Okay? Something, yes. Question, very good. Go ahead. Why? She left. Why the irony? As explained about Joe and the marriage and the incongruity of the image? That's a good question. Why? You know, as I mentioned, you know, I said, well, it's a very terrible mismatch. You remember that, you know? And I said, you know, because she's laughing at the time. Your friend says, well, but why is she laughing? Of course, criticizing the mentality. You know, the mentality that the destiny of every young girl should be married. She's laughing because of the ideology that the mother was talking about. You know, that the best thing that can happen to a young woman is to get married. That's the best thing that can happen to Joe. Don't you laugh at this? Don't you laugh at this? This is Professor Bauer is the best thing that could have happened to Joe since when? You see the irony? You see the paradox? You know, I mean, it's amazing if you think the discourse, what the mother was saying, and what happens here. You know, okay, the best thing that can happen to a woman is to find a husband. Joe has got a husband, but that's what she gets. I think it's a punishment. It's a punishment to Joe, you know, for even accepting the change, and her as well. It is a kind of punishment. If a Jew you're going to succumb to those forces of society who's going to push you, you know, to get married, and if you're going to succumb to your fear of being a spinster and of being a lonely woman or a lonely writer, that's what you're going to get. A husband like the Germanic professor, and good luck to you. With him. Good luck. Enjoy. This is? Yes. Absolutely. Who gives up? Who gives in to all kind of ideology? You know, including the mother, as your friend was reading to us. You know, the best thing that can happen to a woman is to get married. You know, this is a very ironic commentary on what the mother has said. Are you with me, people? Yeah. Clear or not clear? Yes, go ahead. To Joe. Whoever, it's a punishment to Joe, but it's a punishment to whoever thinks that what Joe did is right. And they relate with her and identify with her. Make sense? Okay, very good, yes. All right. There is something we didn't talk about, which is very important and very significant, and that we leave it for next time for an hour or so. Okay? Who is part of the life of those four girls? Huh? The mother we can talk about her next time if you want. Father we can talk about next time as well. Joe? Yes, of course, Joe. We spoke about the writers in a way or another. Laurie. We didn't mention him at all. Who is Laurie? Yeah. Who is Laurie? Their neighbor, I know. He is their age. You know, he shared a lot with the girls. He got married to Amy. I don't know why. I will have to ask you why for next time. Amy and Lori. And why not Joe and Lori? You know. He also, I'm sorry? I won't why. I don't want the story. I know the story. I won't why. Not all that. I'm not done with my questions. Hold on. He also shares with them their dreams, you know, and the castles in the air. He talks about his dreams, and we've read part of it, you know. The question, why Alcott has a young boy who is the age of one of the girls, maybe Joe, you know, who is part of his gender issue, you know, that we're discussing. You know, what role does he play in all of this? You know, in other words, if Alcott perceives those four women in this way, you know, what is she telling us about gender roles when it comes to a young boy in his society? Are you with me, people? I'm sorry? He is also struggling. That's a very nice statement to tell me. But for next time, I want you to tell me how is Lori also struggling in the same way as Joe is, and the same way as Beth reluctantly or no, not reluctantly, fully accepted. You know, how is Lori struggling as well? Struggling to do what? For what? Think about Lori. You know, is he going through the same struggle? These gender matters, these gender issues, these gender roles, do they apply to him? You know, why is he just with them from the beginning of the novel, basically, from the beginning to the end? You know, what? Yeah, go ahead. Yes, very good. Your friend is saying the image or the construction of the boy here is very different from what we are familiar with. And your friend said, I think because it's an image of a boy constructed by a woman. Yes, but I want you next time to tell me more in detail. That's a very good thesis. I want the details for next time. Lori is struggling. That's a very good thesis. I want details for next time. When he says struggling, who is he struggling with? Or what's his purpose to struggle? What does he want to get? You know, what forces are pulling him back? You know? And yes, how is he constructed by a woman? Very good. Are we ready for Lori next time? I thought it's very long and shy. It means it will never happen. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, let's be more prepared for that. I know I'm kind of struggling through, you know, but I think enough is given because what like this comes to you from. Before you come to that, I'm serious. You know, thank you very much. What should we do? definitely extend my upper
Okay.